In the previous part, we have discussed about the sterilization techniques using thermal methods and the use of hot air oven and autoclave. Now in this part, we are going to discuss about the moist heat sterilizer used as large scale sterilizer. We are going to discuss how the large scale sterilizer is working and how the sterilization occur in such type of large scale sterilizer. Large scale sterilizer is used for routine hospital or industrial use. There are two main types of large sterilizers. First one is those designed with the porous loads dressing and generally operated at minimum temperature of 134 degrees Celsius. And second type is those designed as bottle fluid sterilizers employing a minimum temperature of 121 degrees Celsius. There are some general features in the design of steam sterilizer, like steam sterilizer are constructed with the single door. This is a single door and they are cylinder in shape, as well as the capacity of this chamber is 400 to 800 liter. Or here we can have two doors, but they must be having complete sealing of these doors, that is, they must be sealed at both the ends. During sterilization, doors are held closed by a locking mechanism which prevents opening when chamber is under pressure and until the chamber has cooled to a preset temperature. Typically it will be considered 80 degrees Celsius. Same jacket can also be filled. This jacket can be filled with the water at the end of the cycle to facilitate the cooling and thus reduction of the cycle time can be attained. Here we can see that this is a chamber gauze. Then here we can see the thermometer. Then steam is supplied, hot steam is supplied, and the cool air which is inside this sterilizer, it will be forced out as the steam is entering, and this is called as a safety valve. Then we can see that this is the exhaust valve, or it will be also called as reducing valve, which will be used to, if there is excess of steam, that can be released and it will be directly going inside. Too much steam inside the sterilizer is not useful. Or suppose we are having the sterilization at a specific temperature, then that temperature has to be maintained. Now we'll see how exactly the operation of large scale sterilizer takes place. First step is the air removal and steam admission. Here air can be removed from the steam sterilizer either by download displacement with the steam or evacuation, or both, that is, displacement is also done as well as the evacuation is done, because first thing is we have to remove the cool air which is present inside the sterilizer and it will be displaced with the help of the steam. In the download displacement sterilizer, the heavier cool air is forced out of discharge channel by incoming hot steam. As soon as the hot steam is coming inside, the cool air is forced to be out from the system so that that steam will occupy the complete area inside the sterilizer. This has the benefit that whatever load is there during it, it gets warmed, and this helps or aids the heating up process. Its application is where we are having the sterilization of bottled fluids, where bottle breakage may occur under the combined stress of evacuation and high temperature. In case of dressing sterilization, mechanical evacuation of the air is essential before admission of steam. Suppose if we are having the sterilization of bottled fluids, then there is a possibility of breakage, bottle breakage. So here combined stresses are evacuated, and this may happen due to the high temperature as well. And if we are having the sterilization of the dressings, mechanical evacuation of the air is essential before we are having the admission of the steam. After evacuation, steam penetration into the load is very rapid and heating up is done instantly. During the sterilization process, small pockets of air may be still released, especially from packages, and this air must be removed with near to steam thermostatic valve incorporated in the discharge channel. Suppose we are having the intravenous fluids and they are packed into the flexible plastic containers. During their sterilization, considerable internal pressure in the airspace above the fluid can be developed. It is necessary to maintain the proportion of air within the chamber to produce sufficient overpressure to prevent these containers from the bursting. This is done by in a fan or through a continuous spray of air blasting hot water, continuous spray of hot water within the chamber. Air blasting can also be employed to prevent the bottle breakage. Now the second step is heating up and exposure. Here, when sterilizer reaches its operating temperature and pressure, the sterilization stage begins. During the exposure, this may include, that is, exposure time we have to maintain is, exposure time is nothing but the heating time actually, and whatever time the atoms are held inside, that total timing will be called as exposure time. Third stage is drying or cooling and drying, we can say. Dressing packs and other porous load becomes dampened during sterilization process as we are passing the steam over the load. So suppose these materials are having packets or something packing of containing the paper or paper board, these becomes dampened. So this must be dried before the removal of them from the chamber. So this can be achieved by having the steam exhaust, and we can have the application of vacuum. After drying, atmospheric pressure within the chamber is restored by admission of sterile filtered air. For bottle fluids, final stage of sterilization process is cooling, and this needs to be achieved as rapidly as possible to minimize thermal duration of products and to reduce processing time. Nowadays, in modern sterilizer, this is achieved by circulation of water through jacket or by spray cooling, with retained condensate delivered to the surface of the load by nozzles fitted into the roof of the sterilizer chamber. Containers must not be removed from the sterilizer until the internal temperature is brought to a safe level, that is less than 80 degrees Celsius. So we should not be in a hurry to remove the articles that the sterilization cycle is over. Still we have to wait till the chamber achieves the temperature less than 80 degrees Celsius, and then we should remove or open the doors, because this may cause the explosion. So we have to avoid that. Steam is capable to have anything. Steam is too much having the power inside it, so we have to be careful at the end as well. So now in this particular part we are covered with the large scale sterilizer which is used in the industries as well as in the hospitals routinely, and they have to deal regularly with too much of load. So accordingly that sterilizer design will be considered, and the capacity will be also more, that is we have seen is 200 to 800 liters. Depending upon the requirement, the sterilizer size will be depending, but the overall mechanism will be the same. That's what we have discussed. The first step is of air removal. First step is of air removal. Then second step is actually holding that particular pressure or steam inside it, that is heating up and exposure. And third step is drying or cooling, that after sterilization whatever has been dampened or that material is getting wet, the drying of the material is equally important, and we have to achieve the cooling of the material as well, not only drying as well as cooling. So this process can be fastened by use of water circulation through the jacket or spraying the water, because in the roof of the sterilizer there will may be nozzles provided to sprinkle the water so that the cooling can be achieved rapidly. So such type of things can be added so as to decrease the actual sterilizing timing. Okay, thank you.